Okay, so we have this question on binary operation. Let's break it down. So given that X is a set A, B, C, E, so the question is star a binary operation on X? Then we have to justify this answer. So to understand what is happening here, we just have to prove this using one property, which is closure, because we need to know if closure property holds to conclude that X is a binary operation on itself in this case. So what that means is that the elements A, B, C, and E are all members of X to start with. So combining any two numbers, or rather any two elements, let's start with A star B. What does this give us? So if you look at the table that we have to locate A, the rows, and then locate B columns, rather from the columns then the rows. Then we can clearly see that the value that we get here is E. So this gives us E. Then let's choose another pair. For example, C star A. Now, what does the operation C star A give us? The columns find C. Here's our C. The rows find A. Here's our A. What does it give us? B. Let's choose another pair. So now you get it. So next we can say B star E. So E, the columns, E, the rows gives us B. Another one, let's say E star A. So E star A gives us A. The last one, let's say C star B, for example. So C star B gives us A. So the idea here is you can clearly see that for any two combined operation, we are still getting elements that are still found in set A. So it means that the operation is binary, because whatever combination we get, we're still getting elements that are found in the same set, which is set X. So is star a binary operation on X? The answer is yes. So we can say yes. Star is a binary operation. Binary operation on X. How do we justify this? I've just shown you how to justify it by pairing any two numbers and do to give us elements of the same set, which is set X. Right. But B says is star commutative and associative. So let's start with commutative first. So the definition for commutative is that given two elements or given an operation A star B, for this to be commutative, this must be equals to E star A. So let's choose, let's find A star B. From the columns, this is our A, this is our B. So what do we get? E. So this gives us E. On the right hand side, we're finding B star A. In the columns, here's our B and here's our A. What does this give us? E. Also E. So these two are the same. Now the fact that B star A star B is equals to B star A means that it is. So I can conclude by saying since A star B is equals to B star A, then star is commutative. It's commutative on the set. Right, we're still on the same question. This time around, let's test for associativity. Let's just clear off everything. Commutative. So for a set to be associative, this must hold. or associative. A star open bracket B star C must be equals to A star B then star C. This must hold. So if that's the case, I don't know why I'm using block letters. Let me just change this. The definition is okay. I just want to use small letters instead, because big letters will represent sets. So let me say A star B star C. This must be equals to A star B brackets star C. So this must hold. So let's first start by finding these underlined parts. So B star C on our table here is our B, is our C, but we get A. So now I have A star A is equals to, on the other side, I have A star B. So A star B. What do I get? E. This is E star C. So we go back to the table again. What is A star A? A star A is C. What is E star C? So E star C is C. So you can clearly see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So again, I say star is associative. On the set. Okay, so we're done. Let's go to part C. So for part C, how do we evaluate this expression that we've given? So for this one, there are two things we have to look at. We'll look at the inverse, then also look at the identity element. So from our table there, let's find identity. So an identity element is that element that will give us the same result. So for example, if I have A combining with maybe I, this should give me A, because I in this case is representing the identity. Now from our table, let's find which one is giving us the same result. If you look at this pair here, this gives us A, this gives us A, or B, this gives us C, this gives us E, getting the same result. So it's clear that E, this E here is an identity. Same thing, this gives us A here, this gives us B, this gives us C. That means that this E that we're talking about, E, is the identity element. So for that to make sense, think of it like this. If I get A star E, what is A star E? This is our A, this is our E. How do we obtain A? Another one, E star E give us B. So C star E is automatically C, just like that. Even if we change the order and say E star E, this is our E, this is our B, we still get. So we've identified E as the identity element. Okay, so let me just indicate it here. Say identity element is E. Fine. Step 2, let's talk about the inverse. Now the inverse that we're talking about in this case is this part here, which is C to the power minus 1, and this part as well is B to the power minus 1. That's the inverse. So how do we simplify this inverse? Because remember, before we even go ahead and find whatever we're supposed to find here, we need to figure out what this inverse is. So inverse is that particular element such that if we combine them like this, let me use different letters. For example, X star Y and Y star X, the result that we get is E. Okay, So let's look at the row for C. If this is our C here, in this row for C, we do it like this so that it makes sense. In this column rather for C, where do we find identity element? The identity element is found here. So if this is our identity element, it means that what we're looking for is C. In other words, C star C gives us the identity E. So this automatically means that C is equals to C inverse. Okay. Now, I know it might not make sense, but let's do the other one as well. Remember, the question we have C and E. So for B, we do the same thing. Here's our B. Where is the E? Here's the E. Okay. Then, what do we get here? Get A. So what does this mean? It means that B star A is equals to E. So this means that the inverse of E is simply A. As long as the result is the identity, then whatever you have that is combining with becomes the inverse. All right. So now let's go ahead and simplify what we have. Let's answer part C. So from this entire expression here, where I have the inverse of C, remember the inverse of C is C. I'll say star. What is A star B? Let's go back to our diagram there. Our table, A star B, A combined B gives us C. Okay, this is what we have in the first bracket. Star. This bracket, so this C coming from these two. What is C star A? So we go to C, then we go to A. What do we obtain? We obtain B. So this gives us B. So B star B inverse. Now remember, B inverse is A. Of this. Okay. Next, what is C star C? Here's our C. Here's the other C. What do we get? E, identity. So this whole thing just becomes identity star. What is B star A? So here's our B. Here's our A. What do we get? Identity E. So B star A is the identity E. Lastly, we just have E star E. Here's our E. Here's our E. What do we get? So this just reduces to E. The answer for this whole thing simply E is the identity element.